Altrincham tonight, featuring at cruiserweight this man, Tony Moran from Liverpool, remembered for a brave but ultimately futile attempt against Mark Hobson for the British and Commonwealth cruiserweight titles. He was outclassed that night. Now he's rebuilding and looking to hand out a lesson in his turn to this young man, Neil Dawson from Rotherham. Two big men, 6'4" and 6'6", colliding in the middle.
Second out, row on.
The clash of fringe cruiserweight contenders here as Liverpool's Tony Moran and Rotherham's Neil Dawson attempt to prove that they have a future at area domestic sort of level. Some ability on show here, but big stakes as Moran goes on the attack and hopes to catch Dawson early.
I think he caught him napping a little bit there. Dawson just leaned back from the punches, which is the last thing you want to do, especially when you stand tall to begin with. So a little bit to learn, Mr. Dawson. Good start from Moran.
A bit of a nervous look about him, Neil Dawson, in the introductions. He's been sparring with Mark Hobson, the British and Commonwealth champion, who destroyed Moran in 3 rounds.
But I think Moran came out of that with a little bit of credit because he actually seemed to enjoy the experience. I mean, it was a terrible night for him. Oh, beautiful right hand! Dawson's been looking for that. I mean, his chin's been up in the air. Several times he's been caught with his chin too high. That time he paid the full price.
Perfect shot from Tony Moran. Neil Dawson unbeaten in 7. First crisis in his fledgling career. Can he cope with it?
Well, Moran looking businesslike right from the start. I mean, the first punch he threw was a big hopeful right hand. Now they're beginning to find the target.
A couple of wins since the loss to Hobson. Moran looks in confident and eager mood here.
See there, Dawson again stepping back from the punches. He got away with it that time, but I don't know how he did. His defence is non-existent at times. There we are again.
Left hand, doubling up, and that shot puts Dawson down for the second time in a dramatic opening round. And he may have been more badly hurt by that one. Steve Gray asks him if he's okay. He's slow to come forward.
Well, these have been good punches that have put him on the floor. He seems his head clears quickly. But again, he's doing the wrong things. He's well lost around. All he should be thinking here, tighten up, chin down and survive to the bell. But he's still there, taking silly chances.
Gets one in of his own. Dawson needed to. Just wants to hear that bell. Get back to Chris Aston in the corner. Disastrous opener for Neil Dawson.
Listen, okay, you've got to have respect for other people's power now, yeah? Okay, let's have some respect for his power now, okay? He's chasing his right hand. It ain't hurting you, but it's having an effect, okay? So you've got to move that head up.
I mean, these are beautifully delivered right hands from Moran. I mean, that was bang on the button. Just caught him as he came forward. Then he came back with the same shot again later in the round. But you can see he's almost smiling as he goes over. He has a decent chin. He's been on the floor a couple of times, but his head clears quickly. This is the second knockdown. Again, defence is scattered. And the same right hand straight through onto the chin. Again, when you see him hit as well and as soundly as that, you expect it to be all over. But again, he found his feet. But he'll have to do what his corner are telling him. Tighten up, think a little bit about defence here.
Liverpool's Tony Moran comes out for the second round, having floored Neil Dawson twice in the first. Was a minute long enough for the Rotherham cruiserweight to get his head back together and need to get his boxing going.
That's the right hand again he's taken.
Won his first 7, but untested to now. Moran looking for win number 14.
I think Dawson is just giving Moran too much time. He's standing right in front of him, just in punching range, but not doing anything. This is it. He has to start initiating some attacks. I think he's been trying to counter Moran. It hasn't worked, so he's going to have to get his body weight forward, start trying to set the pace a bit more.
Blood from the nose of Neil Dawson. He's done well to even stay in there, but again, Moran's right hand looks dangerous. Back here, Dawson, showing some attacking instincts of his own.
But again, we're seeing signs of inexperience from Dawson. He's just making so many mistakes. Moran not punishing as often as this round as it was in the first round, but he's just offering too much target.
Takes a jab, Neil Dawson. Nothing really behind it. The height and reach are in Moran's favour. That's a bit better though from Dawson.
I think Dawson needs a little bit of success maybe to build his confidence. There's not a look of confidence in what he's doing. He's kind of pawing with the jab. So if he can land one of these big right hands, maybe give Moran something to think about. The fight's not going his way at the moment.
There, Tony Moran, with a messy around, and there, Dawson just catches the Liverpudlian, and a bit of swelling too, just under the right eye. Interesting.